Good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about stress strain diagram. For that we have to know what is stress and strain. After that we are going to have a stress strain diagram discussion with the uses of stress strain diagram. First we'll see what is stress. It is the restoring force per unit area of the material, that is F by A, where force is applied on a material like which is shown in figure on the particular area, that is called stress, where stress is equal to force divided by area and the unit of stress is Newton per meter squared. Now we'll see what is strain. Strain is the change in dimension or shape of a body due to the deforming force which results in strain. The strain is measured by the ratio of change in dimension to original dimension. That is, strain is equal to change in dimension divided by original dimension. For strain, there is no unit. By knowing the values of stress and strain, we can calculate the stress strain diagram. Before that, we'll see what is Hooke's law. Robert Hooke in 1679, he proposed a relation between stress and strain, and he proposed that the maximum value of stress within which a body completely regains its original condition of shape and size when the deforming forces are removed is known as elastic limit. He states that within elastic limit, the ratio of stress to strain is constant, and this constant is called modulus of elasticity of the material. That is, stress is directly proportional to strain. So stress is equal to some constant with strain. So stress by strain is equal to constant. The constant is a proportionality constant which is known as modulus of elasticity. Now we will discuss about stress strain diagram. Now we are going to take a material which is a plastic elastic material. We are going to give a complete continuous load applied. For that, how the material is responding. Now plot between stress and strain is called a stress strain diagram. We are going to plot a stress in x-axis and strain in y-axis to get a stress strain diagram. The elastic behavior of a material is studied from this graph. Now we'll see region O to A, that is starting point to A, is called the elastic range. Here stress is directly proportional to strain, that is stated in Hooke's law. Now we'll move on to point A. Point A is nothing but elastic limit. Here maximum stress up to which the material regain its shape or size. In case of point B, that is yield point, here the material loses its elasticity and it's going to become a plastic material. Now we are moving into CD. The CD region is called as plastic range. In this, material will not regain its shape or size after removing the deforming force. Now we are moving into elastic fatigue, that is EF, which is continuous stress or strain with a fatigue point. Now we are going to see a proportional limit. Within the elastic limit, the stress is directly proportional to the strain which is produced in the material. The point OA in the graph is called a proportional limit. Then we are having elastic limit. Elastic limit is the point in which the graph up to which the material returns to its original position when the load acting on it is completely removed. The point A is called the elastic limit in the graph. Then we are having yield point. Yield point is a stress strain diagram is defined as the point at which the material starts to deform plastically. The point B is the upper yield stress point and C is lower yield stress point. Then we are having ultimate stress point, that is beyond this point the failure takes place, that is point D in the graph is the ultimate stress point. Next we are having breaking point or fracture. The fracture or breaking of a material takes place at this point. The point E is the breaking point in the graph. Now we will move on to the uses of stress strain diagram. It is used to measure the elastic strength, yield strength and tensile strength of materials. It is used to estimate the working stress and safety factor of an engineering material. This diagram is also used to identify the ductile and brittle properties of materials. The area under the curve in the elastic region gives the energy required to deform it elastically. The area under the curve up to ultimate tensile strength gives the energy required to deform it plastically. By knowing the uses of stress strain diagram, we can have different materials for different applications in industries. Thank you.